Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. How's my friends at yarnspirations.com. Today is the Falling Snowflakes crochet scarf. This is actually a pretty old pattern and we're going to go through this. This is a lot of instruction right here, but it's really not that hard. We're going to begin. You'll use your red heart. It was called Holiday Yarn. I think that's discontinued today. So it was like a boucle yarn, so you can substitute if you'd like to. And it was suggesting a 6mm size J10 crochet hook. Okay, so what we have here is I'm going to use a 5.5mm with Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo, and this here is actually really quite simple when you look at it from a crochet diagram perspective. Let's take a look at that. So when we look at it from the crochet diagram perspective, we're going to start our chain. It's in multiples of 9 plus 3, so 9, 9, 9. When you're happy with the length of the chain, just add 3 more and you'll have the proper balance. So you're just going to zip across along and you'll do a single crochet across the first chain. And then number 2, what's going to happen is that you're going to start and you're going to jump on over and stop here, turn the work, chain 3, come on back, and then turn your work and then come on back. And then you're going to end up down here and you're going to continue along here. Okay, and then you keep doing that. So once you get all the way to the other end, what you're going to do is reverse this, so you'll turn it completely over, and then you'll use the underside of this chain and do exactly the same thing on this side. Okay, so we want to be able to maintain that. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to begin and show you how to do this. So I'll just do a small sample with you on camera. So let's begin with the chain, and it's 201 if you'd like to do it exactly as the model is, or you can do multiples of 9 plus 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Happy with the width? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, you do another 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Happy? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's say I got to the length that I really wanted, and I'm going to add 3 more to create the balance of this so that the project will stay equal within the border of the ends. So either chain 201 or multiples of 9 plus 3. Let's do row number 1. You're going to go third chain from the hook, so 1 and 2, go to the third. I'd recommend you get the back hump of the chain, but if you don't want to, that's up to you. And you're just going to single crochet yourself all the way back across. So just single crochet in each of the chains all the way to the other side, and meet me back here in just a moment. I'm getting all the way to the end of the first one, and I'm just single crocheting across. I have paint on my hands just in case you're inquiring why my hands are dirty. So we're going to turn our work and begin the row 2. In row 2, we have the first fan and the second fan. So the first fan is slightly different because we are starting at the very edge, but once we get to the second fan is just repeating all the way to the other side, and then the last 3 stitches are just going to be a single crochet when you finally get to the end of the row. Let's begin the first fan and move on to the second, and then you'll repeat across. To begin, chain 1, and you're going to single crochet the first 4 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to begin our first fan. So you're going to chain a total of 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2 chains and single crochet into the third one away. And this is where we need to turn our project around right at this moment, so we don't keep on going down this. So we're going to turn and begin again. So now we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 3 space, you're going to put 6 double crochet. So we'll count those together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And at the end of the 6th one, the first single crochet that is right here, you're going to slip stitch in, and that'll hold it down. And now we need to turn our project in the opposite direction and keep on going. To start the new one going up over top of this fan, you are going to chain 1, and in the first double crochet right here, you're going to double crochet first. Sorry, you're going to single crochet in the first one and then chain 3. And then single crochet in the next one and chain 3. And you keep doing this across the top of your fan. Single into the next double, chain 3. Single into the next one, chain 3. Single to the next one, chain 3. Okay, single to the next one, and chain 3. And you are going to then single into the top of the chain 3. If your math is right, there will be 6 of these chain 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You are then going to, right down here, okay, this single crochet, it's part of the first one. You're just going to slip stitch here, and this will hold it into position. And then you move to the very next stitch that's available here. Okay, and you're going to do the next 6 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to do this all over again. Let me just take a quick breather. I'll be right back. So to start the next fan is just like what you did. So you're going to chain 3, and you're going to skip 2 and single crochet in the next. You're going to turn your work and chain 3 and place 6 double crochet into the chain 3 space, and we'll count those together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to slip stitch in the first single crochet that's right here and turn your work. To start a new one, chain 1, and you're going to single crochet into the top of the first double and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and single into the next, and keep doing that all the way across. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And don't forget you got to complete that chain 3 space too. So 1, 2, 3, and single into the top of the first chain 3. So there should be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you were going to slip stitch on the side of this single right here. And then you begin all over again. So then you do the next 6 on the main trunk of this here. So 6 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we use video chapters. You can see that in the video description, and you're going to be able to scroll backward to fan number 2 to restart again if you would like to. And then eventually, by the time you get all the way to the end and you do the last section, there will only be 3 single crochets left, and that's where I'm going to pick you up now. So just continue with what you know, and I'll see you at the end of the row in a moment. Once the last fan is in, I've just slip stitched to the side of this one. I only have 3 single crochets left over, so I'm just going to do 1 single crochet in each of those to the end. Now the project does not say that we're going to trim our yarn here and weave it in, but it does want us to start on the opposite side here. So what we're just going to do is just give it a bit of slack right at the end, turn it upside down. So you're just going to continue in the same formation, and you're going to go into the first one and you're going to single crochet the first 4 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you were just going to continue the fans as you know it. So you're going to chain your 3, skip 2, and single crochet that. So you're just going to do your chain work all the way through this side now on the opposite side. And I've already shown you how to do that, and you can do this just as you know it. So please do that, and I'll see you on the other side in a moment. So after your last fan is in, you're just going to single crochet the final 3 that are left over. Now it doesn't say to fasten off, but I think you need to. So at the very end, fasten off. And right where we are right now, we're on the wrong side of the scarf. So when you start the next round, and if you want to mark it, I would probably recommend it if you can identify it. But we're going to do our last round. So as we finished up the last one right here, what I need you to do is I've just fastened off, and I'm going to turn it around like so. And I'm going to start right here and begin going across. So I didn't flip it, I just rotated it. Okay, let's begin. To do the Picot round, you're going to start off in the very first one, so I'm going to join it. So if you decided not to fasten off, that's up to you. And I'm just going to join it with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Each one of these fans has 3 picot that pop out from it that you can see dangling in the model. So in the first chain 3 space, you were just going to single crochet, and then you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to slip stitch in the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, so you'll slip stitch back. Okay, so you just made a picot, and now it says to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to slip stitch third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3. And then you'll chain 3 again. So 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch third chain from the hook. So this is called the trident Picot, which I've never heard of before. You're now going to slip stitch into the very first one that started the Picot, and that will bring it into a full circle, just like this. Then you were going to chain 2, and you were going to single crochet into the next chain 3 space. So it'll look like that. Okay, it's kind of hanging. So let's continue and make this stuff again. So to begin again, you are going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, come into your next space, single crochet, and then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you were going to slip stitch third chain from the hook, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch third chain from the hook, chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch third chain from the hook. You're then going to slip stitch to the very starting one of the first Picot, and then chain 2, and in this here, right down here, you're going to single crochet. So you can see that these tridents are spanning over 2 of the chain 3 spaces. So to begin another one, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, come into the next space, and then the trident builds from there. So you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch third chain from the hook. Then you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch, and then 1, 2, 3. You're slip stitching third chain from the hook when you're doing this. And then you're going to slip stitch to the beginning Picot, then chain 2, and then you're coming into the last space on this fan. So you can see that the fan will have all of this fun stuff to it. So what's next? So now you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and coming down here on this row, okay, we're going to skip over, and what we need to do is just to go to the third one away, so skipping 2, go to the third, single crochet, and then chain 3, so 1, 2, 2, and 3, and start all over again. So you're single crocheting into the next chain 3 space of the fan, and then you're going to make the trident going over, and it's exactly how you just did this one. Okay, so you're just going to keep on going down, and so every time you're in between, you're just going to chain 3, come to the middle one, between them, chain 3, and then start your next fan, and I'll see you on the other side in a moment. So I've now just come to my end of my row, so the tridents here are filling in some spaces, and so we're just going to, at the end of this, chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and just come right to the very edge of your starting. And then they want you to single crochet right into the edge, and then single crochet into the first stitch. And then you're just going to turn it, keep on turning it around, and chain your 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then start again. So you single crochet in the first, chain 3 of the fan, and then do your trident as you know it, and then just continue along. Everything you knew on this side, do it on the opposite side, just like this. So I'm coming all the way to the other side, just chain 3 after the last piece of the fan went in, and you're just going to single crochet the top, and then you're just going to single crochet along the side, and then just slip stitch it to the first one where you started with to conclude this, and just weave in your ends, and you're good to go. So it says to block this at the end, so do you see how the tridents may not be, mine are actually pretty good, but you just have to spray it with a damp, like just with a spray bottle, just push them down, lay them flat, okay? You will not be able to, because the tridents are overlapping, you just gotta just push it down and let them air dry, so all the snowflake ends will end up being flat looking, and then when you're wearing it, it'll naturally just fold onto itself and make it all really snowflakey when you're wearing it.